My belief, I think I can demonstrate this, I can certainly argue with it photographically, is that the experiences of your life, most particularly the emotions that you feel most often, will write themselves on your face. The rest of your body too, that mother tongue is a part of the way we express ourselves, especially me. I'm always doing it. What are these gestures? There's no conceptual content to these gestures at all. You could try to write a father tongue of hand gestures, what they allegedly mean, but they're unique to each individual. Facial expressions, the way you hold your body, all of these things are expressions of yourself. Your body, I say, is the doll of yourself. The self is the idea that matters. The thing that really matters in your life is that idea of your life, and you express that idea in your actions, and you incur your actions, you exercise your actions with your body. And in time, the things that you do with your body will habituate themselves. And so if you are a 7-year-old girl who's feeling shy around a bunch of loudmouth guys, and you throw your arms in like this and you kind of walk with your shoulders in, there's nothing wrong with that. That's completely appropriate. If you are a 35-year-old woman among men who are being too assertive, being too full of themselves, too much display behavior, and you do the same thing, you are not behaving appropriately because you're not acting like an adult, you're acting like a child. But if you act like a child all the time, your arms will do that. We're not even talking about the face anymore. This is the way your posture will conform itself to your ideas. And in the same respect, the ideas that you hold in your mind, and especially the emotions that you feel most often, will write themselves on your face. And so if you are angry all the time, eventually you will develop what I call resting bitch face. I didn't invent this term. Or frowny girl. This is one I see a lot in younger women, is the frowny girl face. This is Eve Plum from the Brady Bunch had a frowny girl face. Do you remember? The girl is walking around, she's not feeling anything, and yet her face is in a frown. Why is it like that? Because she wears a frown all the time. That when she is feeling something, she's feeling dissatisfied, she's feeling unhappy, she's feeling morose. If you're angry all the time, your face is going to start to look angry. You're going to look angry all the time. And people will respond accordingly. They will see it and they will react to it. Even if they're not consciously aware of it, they will react to it and they will get the hell out of your way because they know you are 3 seconds away from blowing up. If you are depressed or morose or sad all the time, that's going to show up on your face. This is a natural course of time. I said earlier, one of the reasons that young people are so beautiful is that their bad ideas haven't caught up to them yet. But most people are walking around with really hellaciously anti-self, self-loathing ideas and attitudes that then express themselves in emotions, and those emotions become a constant in their life. They become habituated. And in the long run, over the course of years, it's not instantaneous, but over the course of years, those lines that you hold in your face while you're holding the facial expression that goes along with the emotion will write themselves as lines in your skin, and they'll stay there forever. This is one of the things that I learned this from Ayn Rand, God bless her. I learned this from Ayn Rand, that you can see everyone in the first glance if you're willing to attend to what you see, if you're willing to pay attention, if you're not making excuses, if you're not telling yourself lies. People cannot hide from you. They will tell you everything about what really drives them, about their motivations, not details, but the drives and motivations behind their actions, their ideas, what their attitudes are, how they're going to behave. They will show you all that in that first glance at the face. And if you learn to respect and trust that, very few people will be able to deceive you, because it's very rare for someone to be such a good liar that they can control what are essentially involuntary muscle reactions. You can take voluntary control of most muscles if you work at it, but most people, only really serious, dedicated professional con men, work hard enough to be consistently deceptive with their faces. And especially if you catch someone when they're not aware that you're looking at them, they're not trying to show you anything, they're not putting on any display or whatever, because they don't know you're looking. Isn't that silly? If you were really looking to fool people, you would try to fool people all the time. You wouldn't worry about whether anyone was watching or not, because you never know when somebody's going to be watching. But most people don't think that way. Instead, they wear their dead, inert, emotionless face when they think no one is looking. And if you look at that face, you're going to see everything. You're going to see all the lies, all the betrayals, all the corruption. I'm not saying that's all that can exist. To the contrary, I can look at you. Here's a calm man with a very smooth face. You're going to be a very good-looking elderly man. When you smile, it's beautiful. It's all in your eyes. You're going to be a very good-looking elderly man simply because you don't live a life of lies. And it's those lies and the hurt and the pain, the despair that goes along with those lies that make most people look like hell when they're 60, 70, 80 years old.